So now the exciting thing starts. We are going to start with our chunky, slouchy, sloppy Joe jersey. Let's start by adding some stitches to the needle. Now there are more than one way of doing this, but the one that I basically have grown up with is what I would like to show you now. I'm also going to start off with a slip knot. You all know we wind the wool around our fingers like that. I just like to then bring it to the back, and I'm just going to use these needles now and pop it up there, and there we go. There's our slip stitch. Now I always start with a slip stitch again, and I know I'm saying this quite a lot. It is your preference. If you have learned other methods of doing it and you are comfortable with them and they work for you, then you stick to them. But for me, this is the method I use. Now when we add stitches, oops, I don't need all that wool now. What we're going to do is start the first one. I put the wool into the needle like that. Wool around the needle, and I bring it up. And then I drag it out a little bit. It's fine. We're going to adjust it, but then you slip the needle in there and you let go and you pull it tight. I also like to wind the wool around my little finger like that. I just feel I have better control in doing it like that. Now when I do the next stitch, I'm not going to squish it in like that. I am doing it behind. Can you see there? So I'm going to put it in behind. So when you look at the needles, the stitch is completely in front of this needle. Not like that, but completely behind it, behind both the loops like that. Then I'm going to put my wool around the needle once again, bring it through, pull it out slightly so I can twist it and put it onto the needle and pull it tight. And again, not too tight because we need to do that. See, I've pulled mine a little bit too tight now, so just be careful that you don't pull it too tight on this wool here when you put the let me try that again. When you put the stitch onto the needle, just be careful that you don't pull it too tight. So let's do another one. Through the back of the loops, wool over needle, bring it through like that, pull it and twist and hook it onto the needle and just pull it slightly. See, this time I didn't pull it too tight. Now it looks better. Once you've got the needle in there again, waiting to start, and if this loop here for you is too big, you can always then just tug the wool and put it slightly tighter, but not too much. You don't want to mess it up. Now look what happened here. I've managed to split my wool. So what you then do is rather pull it out and do it again. You don't want to split your wool. So remember, when you do split your wool, and you somehow figure out you've made a mistake and you need to come back and unpick it and unravel this whole thing. And if you split your wool and you've knit it into the splits, it becomes rather difficult. You can damage your wool. It can snap, and you don't want to do that. Once again, bring it through and add it to the needle. And that is how you add stitches. Now I've done 5 so far. Obviously we've still got a way to go, but that is how you will add your stitches according to what the pattern asks. Now, as we are doing our Sloppy Joe jersey, we've now named it our Sloppy Joe jersey. So when we start with our Sloppy Joe jersey, you will add stitches according to what the pattern says. Now, we'll discuss the pattern soon. I'll even give you a link to download the pattern. But that is how you add stitches onto a needle. What I would like you to do now is to first just practice a bit. Just put them on. Just add some stitches to your needle. Let's just get it behind there again. Just add some stitches to the needle. Wool over. Bring it up. Oops. And I'll split it again. And put it on. All I want you to do now is just practice that. Once you're done with it and you're comfortable with it, you can either pull it off, or if it doesn't look even, pull it off, do it again. And when I come back, I'm going to tell you how many stitches to add in order for you to start with the back panel of your Sloppy Joe jersey. I'll see you on the other side.